Welcome to homework.
So we have to explain what is a conjugate acid-base pair and what is the relationship between them. So first of all, we're looking at conjugate acid and base. They all sometimes they consider they appear as a pair. So maybe let's start with some example. We have acetic acid, and then going to we have water. So let me try again to write properly, and then we form an equilibrium with acetate, and also with our hydronium ion. All right, so the acetate should be here like that. Okay, so we first start with our acetic acid. So there's an acid, and then it lose a proton to water, so it will become acetate ion. So when something loses a proton, which means that it also have ability to gain a proton, so it become a base, and we call it a conjugate base because it's created from an acid when the acid loses a proton. So you have a capacity to accept a proton. So that's why it will become a base. Okay, so for this case, we have an acid and conjugate base pair. Another example, we can look at ammonia. So we have water with ammonia. And then it's going to produce ammonium ion, and also with our hydroxide ion. So the ammonia is a base over here, but you accept a proton from water, and then it will become ammonium. When a base accepts a proton, which means that we will have a capacity to lose that proton, so it will become an acid again. And this is the called conjugate acid because it's related to our base, based from our base. So for the conjugate acid-base pair, we are looking at two related species. Two related species. The only difference will be the proton. The proton. So the only difference will be proton. So when an acid is going to lose that proton, it will become a base. And because they are related, so that's why I call it a conjugate base. And when we have a base that accepts proton, then you have ability to lose that proton, so it will become an acid. And also, it's because this acid come from original from the base, so that's why I call it a conjugate acid. And the difference between these two base conjugate acid and conjugate base, they only different by one proton.